Peace. Peace to the gods of earth. Peace to all the positive people in the universe. This is Lord Masiah Allah. And today's mathematics is knowledge God. We know knowledge is the original man, which is symbolic to the sun. For the sun shines for the sole purpose to build or destroy in life. And man having the knowledge of himself, he has the ability to build or destroy, with that knowledge. So him being symbolic to the sun's 8 points, he builds or destroys. Peace to Gwen X. Williams in the building, Anthony Brotherman in the building, Garfield Treasure in the building. Peace, appreciate your attendance. And yes, Garfield Treasure, you can come in if that's what you're trying to do. Yeah, so we know that God is who? God is the original man. As we teach, the original man is the black man, the Asiatic black man, the maker and owner, the cream of the planet, father of civilization, and God of the universe. Peace to April Hunter and Marquise DePorus in the building. Yeah, so basically, one having the knowledge of God enables one to build or destroy in life, because knowledge God is all being born to build or destroy. 1 + 7 = 8. You know, peace, April Hunter. How you doing?
We waved in.
Yeah. So
right.
Also today's alphabet is Queen. And Queen is one having knowledge of God, original black woman who has knowledge of the original black man. And with that knowledge, she's able also to build or destroy, because, as we say, he or her have the ability to build or destroy. And by manifesting that building ability or ability to build, we show and prove the knowledge of God, or what it manifests to bring about in life. You know what I mean? So, and also, as we build on the positive, we simultaneously destroy the negative.
MEK.
Please, pardon me. I couldn't hear you. Want to add on something?
Oh no,
That's not it.
Flatbush Joe.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, peace.
This thing
Sis.
messing up. I can't hear the brother.
That other one tell me, I don't think he still got that page no more.
Yeah, Queen. I wanted to know if you wanted to add on something. Today is your day. Today is knowledge God. And today's alphabet is Queen. So, I want to hear the knowledge of God coming from the Queen. So, peace. What's the science? You with me? You in the building?
I can't hear this brother. Good.
Peace from all Allen in the building. Allah is the God. Peace to God. Yeah, so today's alphabet being Queen. So what is a queen? A queen is, like I say, original black woman who has knowledge of God, and God being the original man, also who has knowledge of himself and all things around him. So as we teach these things to the black queen, she acknowledges who her black man is. You know what I'm saying? Which is the Most High or Supreme Being. And if we're manifesting on that level or manifesting in that way, shape, form, and fashion, then we're showing and proving our existence, and therefore she will acknowledge the true existence. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Queen, you must understand that God is also a man, like we say, the original man. So understand that God is not something spooky or mysterious or, what we've been taught through religion. So when we say the black man is God, we're not saying that, he's some kind of spooky floating around, ooh, and, poof, pow, ping, and do magic tricks and make things appear. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's not what God is. Original, someone that is actual and factual. You know what I'm saying? So never are we saying that God is something, like I say, spooky or, mysterious or, as they say, God works in mysterious ways. Ain't nothing mysterious about the black man. He's showing, proving every day. You see everything is an open book. You know what I mean? So it's nothing mysterious. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing the knowledge, you're going to see wisdom and born understanding. It's simply mathematical. You know what I mean? Simple mathematics. So, that's basically what it is. Peace. We got a God in the building. Trying to add you in, brother. I would love for the God to come on and drop some jewels for the people. You know what I mean? Because God is the one that taught me how to draw up the jewels, how to draw. You know what I'm saying? How to go through the lessons and draw them up. You know what I'm saying? God, not this particular crown, but God gave me one of my first crowns as well. You know what I'm saying? As I traveled in His land and built with the gods out there, and added on and showing and proving. So teaching me kung fu. You know what I mean? All that good stuff, man. Peace to God. You know what I mean? So in my upcomings, you know what I mean. That brother was definitely very influential. And in my growth and development. So, peace to the God, So and also I acknowledge that God, not peace. Yes, sir. Not like on some queen shit, but like, acknowledging the God, acknowledging, saying my brother, knowledge, or acknowledging the God, acknowledging another God, which I have no problems to do, you know what I'm saying? Because we acknowledge each other as well. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, we it's not like we on some, I'm the only God in the universe. Well, some brothers be like that. All one and the same, you know what I'm saying? And therefore we A alike, we B alike, we C alike. And we know that just because we A alike don't always mean we B alike or C alike. Just because we A alike and B alike don't always mean we C alike in all the interchanging variables and that. You know what I mean? So, it just is what it is, So yeah, so I had a subject matter that I wanted to build on today, but actually, I don't know, I'm about to get up out of here in a little bit. So I just wanted to, get on today and just, build on today's mathematics, build on the, build on the alphabet a little something, and, just add on. If somebody wants to come on and, build with the God, want to add on, I definitely would appreciate that, And appreciate peace to, all that are attending today, everybody that's watching, everybody that's come on, you know. Call volume. Yeah, so I was in court earlier, man. Tight with these devils, man. All this gone, man. They be on some bullshit, man. So, peace to the God.
Peace.
Peace. How you be, G?
I'm doing it now.
Sorry.
I'm almighty. I'm just taking it easy. I generally will be working around this time. I work 10.5 hours. I sleep about 3.5, and then I go to school for 6.
Wow.
So that's how, yeah, that's how my schedule is. I'm about to graduate though on the 26th, so that'll be over with.
That's peace, God. Word. That's
Peace.
definitely what's up.
I'm sitting here doing the knowledge. I kind of like when the queen came on, what you was saying, it's like it kind of broken with it. You know, you was traveling on a train of thought. But I'm sitting here doing the knowledge. I'm interested in listening to the subject matter. But yeah, for those who don't know me, my name is Allah Son Bey. I'm also known as Sheikh Ibrahim Afab. Today is knowledge, Allah God, and in all reality, the knowledge of anything in the universe always comes to the knowledge itself. You can look on the horizon and you can look within yourself. You're always going to have knowledge because the whole universe is light, and it's how we actually take this light in, and it's filtered throughout our five senses. However, when you deal with elevating, analyzing, like how we constantly do, our whole lives are based on. It's my son Patel.
Peace.
Our whole life is based on learning, analyzing. We do it consciously. Most people, they may not do it actively like how we do it. However, knowledge is the foundation of everything in life. And what everything in life is revolving and rotating around is a law of God. That's what everything is revolving and rotating around. And when you reach enlightenment, you'll see a law in every atom of the universe. And you'll take every opportunity to build or destroy as is needed. As Bruce Lee said, that in order for you to make an ice sculpture, you don't keep adding ice to it. You chop away at the inner essentials until you see the image. So I just want to say peace and just do the knowledge, God.
That's peace, God. That's peace. Yeah, man. I was just kind of like, just freestyling. I just kind of wanted to build on the day's mathematics and the alphabet and whatnot, and just drop a jewel. I wasn't able to get on early. I was in court earlier, man, dealing with some nonsense there. I'm about to shut that. All right. Yeah, dealing with some nonsense over there, man. So basically, might have to come at them on a whole other angle, open up a new case and all of that. So, yeah. But yeah, I want to build with some brothers on some legal strategies as well. Maybe I could get some information on how to go about things in another route to get the desired achievement I'm looking for.
True indeed.
And that's basically some kind of remedy because they basically giving me the runaround and playing games and whatnot. While I'm trying to figure out this whole process and this whole court system and all of that, and you know what I mean. They just think shit is a game with my life and shit. I'm not saying I'm not feeling that shit.
Yeah, that's how it is with that. You just take a lot of patience and perseverance because it's definitely a process whenever you're dealing with that court. However, I project and see nothing besides success for you.
Yeah, Lord, man. Yeah, so basically, I might even just have to, come at them on some change of status type shit. You know what I'm saying? Just change my whole, complete everything as far as that, and then just come at them on that level because, dealing with the straw man and all of that, I ain't getting the desired result. I can have all the perfect information in the world, you know what I'm saying? But as long as I'm still in that status, it's like they could just still get on some flip shit. You know what I mean?
Right. You'll figure out the best way to approach it once you just look at the whole situation because it varies depending on what it is. But I mean, either way it goes, it's a long process. I've dealt with it in the past years ago, and I was just like, since then I ain't never even been back. I don't. That's not one of my places. Once I start giving that place time, it's like it takes time away from the other things, the work and the family, the school. So I just best to not those certain portals. You know what I'm saying? experience. You absorb everything. So man finds his place himself. Your sound not coming through. Can you hear me well? Oh, all right. Anytime I see that brick building behind you, your video always start acting crazy. Hmm. Yeah, I be on the same thing.
Pardon me. Say again, God.
I'm just listening. I ain't saying anything. I'm just listening.
Oh, no, no. I was speaking about like more so following a writ. You know what I'm saying? Do you know of any like writs that'll maybe pertain to that situation? And I may be able
I
to
would have
maybe.
to, not off the top of my head, but it's something that I can go into, and I'll also ask other questions because I know a lot of people that's very much more knowledgeable than me on those, and off the top of their head, who I can link you with, they can tell you all of that right off the top of their head because they have over even doing it and to a number, and the God can put you all on that. Dr. Alim Bey, he be all over that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, but I'm about to travel from this library where the lies is buried. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to live in the
I don't know if it's the father's picture on it. I'll send you the number right now. As far as my schedule, I'm best on the weekends because, like I said, like I literally like 8:30 in the morning, from 8:30 to 2:30, I'm in school, and then I come home. I make something to eat for later on. By 3:30, I'm at work. I punch in 4 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. I'm working. Then I got 3.5 hours to sleep to do it again. I do that 5 days in a row.
Mm.
So it's crazy. It's crazy. But the best time really be like during the weekend where we could really, really build. But I'm gonna send you Dr. Alim's number right away. Like I said, generally I'll be at work right now. But I'll send you his math and you could just hit him up. And like I said, y'all go through that. He can point you in the right direction with all of any type of rich you need to know because his knowledge on that thing just right off the top of the head is immaculate.
Okay. All right, no doubt. Word.
Did you hear me well? Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot that to you. But I was asking you about true. I was asking you about I seen you put up a post, you had a CD with the father's picture on there. Some of your music was coming out soon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, yeah, you got an email or something. Shoot me an email. I get the track to you. I did a new track. I basically remixed, Papa was a Rolling Stone. You know what I'm saying? And I remixed.
Yeah.
I said Father was a king of his throne. You know what I mean? So you know, you're gonna get the official tissue. You know what I'm saying on that. But I mean, right now the track, the first one I did, it's not like official tissue. How I
Yeah, no doubt.
and it's got time in the studio and the time is lapping. So it's like, make it better, you know what I'm saying? But, it's pretty decent though, you know what I'm saying? I've been hearing it, going over it. So, it's decent though.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I look forward to hearing it. So I'm gonna log off now. I just wanted to jump on, say peace. You know what I'm saying?
Ball.
Jump up on this light wave that you had going on real quick. You know, but yeah, guy, I see you constantly building, you constantly bringing forth different knowledge. Just keep going. Continue to do it. And as far as the naysayers and stuff like that, that's a good thing that people come in throwing shade and stuff like that, because that's just motivation. Like Cat Williams said, if you got a hater, you need to get two more before the week is over, because that's just
Yeah,
winding
right,
yourself.
right.
Me personally, I wouldn't even take things like that. I wouldn't even take things like that personally, because of the realm of mind we on and the vibration we on. Those are things that just come with telling the truth. If you tell the truth, you got to, even like you have a dark room and it's completely saturated and filled with darkness. You could light the smallest candle in the world in that room and it still illuminate the room. So we're not really worried about the the darkness aspect that comes along with it. You know what I'm saying? This is something natural that when people see you doing something, to strive to shut it down or to make comments and stuff like that. That's just people who not moving forward or don't have no knowledge of their own to really get off, do anything with. When they see you doing it, they naturally going to try and grab on to it. So I would just say, just keep going forward. It's not really a big thing. You know what I'm saying? We stay high above the clouds on that one. But yeah, I love you, God. I'm gonna log off. And yeah, peace to the people. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh. And I'm gonna be checking your videos. And I'm gonna shoot you that number now.
That's word ball. I appreciate you
All
as
right.
well.
Peace.
Word, peace. The Vault Trader and Trustee. Yeah, I don't know if anybody be watching The Vault, or if y'all be. It's called The Vault. You know what I'm saying? That with Sharif Ali and Trust Christian. Yeah, they be dropping jewels about like trust law. You know what I mean? And whatnot. Peace to Ruben Thomas in the building. Peace to Carlos Lewis in the building. Chen Shah Minor in the building. Janard Sincere Bynum in the building. Peace to Raynez Eric in the building. Appreciate y'all. Nelsie Odumez in the building. Wise Grand. Robert Pezzo in the building. Peace to Robert Pezzo. CLI Understanding Moss in the building. Peace. And peace to April Hunter, who can't hear me good in the building. Peace, Queen. Marquise Duporis in the building. And everybody else that's, logging in for the day. Peace, peace, peace. Yeah, they about to shut down here at the library. Yeah, I'm just kicking it with y'all. Hello, sir. Oh, peace, God. Appreciate the number. Yeah, I need to build with that God. That's a very wise man. Definitely to add on. Wise Dome Power in the building. Peace. Wisdom Power. About this court situation, right? So, going to court today and venting my frustrations on the judge and shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of the BS that he continuously doing. You know what I mean? So basically, like I say, man, I'm gonna just have to switch it up and come at him on a whole nother level, man. Because like I said, they think this shit is a game, and they don't care how long it takes, and all of that. All it is to them is a salary. You know what I'm saying? They come, they get paid. You know what I'm saying? And keep giving you the runaround and all the bullshit and all the BS and blah 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 blah. So basically, I'm realizing now, that basically, all this straw man activity, I gotta cut this out, man. I gotta basically put a real end to all of that shit. And I have to come in a whole different manner because this is just not working.
Sorry, Papa, you fucking security guard, man. I hate fucking guy, man. The good guy, man. Security guard, man. I can fucking see the true guy, man.
Yeah. We act like
I'm sick,
assholes.
man. Every fucking day, talking. I gotta talk to the board.
Yeah, fucking writer. Nah, it's all good. I was gonna write a letter to the board of trustees, man. For this bond, man. Like, these motherfuckers be on some bullshit. Yeah, they be having this other dude, this whatever the hell, this old ass fucking dude that be hanging out with the security here. He thinks he's security. Like, nigga, even if you was security like 55 years ago, your old ass ain't security now. So stop trying to hang out with the security and act like you all somebody. Like the other day, I had to stick up for this young kid in here. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to basically harass him, like act like he was like making noise in the library, and it was these other young girls. They was like bothering him or whatever, or like trying to mess with him and flirt with him or whatever, da da da. And he was like acting like he was shy, whatever. So he was trying to act like he was ignoring them and whatnot. But anyway, so the white guy, he gets mad because they were making noise, and he was like, "Oh, come on, guys, what are you here to do? You here to use a computer? Or, I mean, what? But I'm like, yo, gee, they're young kids. Young kids play around. They act silly, blah, 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 blah. It's not that serious. And that wasn't as serious for him to go and try to get the security and be like, oh, they're making noise. And basically, like I say, the other security guard is just going to take that guy's word on it. He ain't even come and investigate and be like, hey, listen, you guys got to quiet down. People are trying to do work in here or something. He ain't even do nothing like that. He just comes like, all right, come on, you got to go. You're out. And they be trying to take pride in like kicking these little young black kids out the library and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really that serious. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but also I guess they don't like the way these kids be like, clowning them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Laughing and clowning them and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what they really be getting mad at. But anyway, I had to stick up for the young kid and tell them, like, listen, I was right here. I seen everything that happened. It's not that serious. The little kids was making noise. He was particularly ignoring the other kids, you know what I'm saying? And then the other guy was like, let me tell. I was like, man, you sit your ass. You have a seat, man. He's like, who are you telling me to have a seat there? Who the hell are you? Hey, listen, man. Like, nigga, I'm an adult, basically. Like, I'm not going to sit here and let you ain't going to talk to me like you talk to them little kids. Or you ain't going to try to pull no BS like you did for the little kids. Like, fuck out of here. But anyway, so just BS that be going on. Even the guy that be doing the maintenance here, he was just, venting because he was like, yo, I'm fucking tired of these guys. Basically what he want to say is, I'm tired of these fucking racist white motherfuckers trying to act like they run everything, you know what I'm saying? That's really what he wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? So he tried to come to me and venting, like, yeah, brother, man, man, fucking tired of these fucking guys, man. Like, yo, man, it's fucking bullshit, man. Like, yeah, man, I feel you, primo, you know what I mean? I know how it be, you know what I'm saying? You know how these niggas get down, you know what I mean? And, he's one of the cool, Spanish-speaking, brothers that ain't on that BS, you know what I'm saying, that try to get down with the white man's racism. He's a victim of the white man's racism, so, he's one of the ones that's going to speak out about it. So, I hear you, bro. But, shit, speak up, like I said, you know what I'm saying, shit, write the director of the library. You know what I'm saying? They got they sign right up there at the library on the wall. Central Islip Public Board of Trustees. public library board of trustees, and they basically, you know what I'm saying, what I was gonna do was, because it's this lady up in here tried to act fly one day too. She tried to come and like talk about me making copies and shit, like not paying for the copies and shit. It's a public library since when we had to pay for copies. But anyway, they trying to get live in CI now and make you pay for the copies and shit, right? So anyway, she gonna come one day and bang her fist down on the desk and was like, if you're not gonna pay for copies, then something or some shit, like basically like don't make copies if you're not gonna pay for them or something. I'm like, yo, first of all, lady, don't be coming over here banging your fist down on the desk like it's like really that serious. Like, but like I say, man, what these so-called Caucasians be trying to do is they be trying to find justified reasons to exhort their racism or show their racism. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, like, it's not that serious for you to come over here like trying to pound your fist down and, you know, and violate my space as if like it's, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was gonna do some fucking white woman shit. I was gonna do some write a white girl letter to the board of trustees like, I was so offended the way that she came and pounded her fist down on the desk, violating my space. I was stricken by surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was gonna get on some real fly shit in that letter and drop it on, but you know, as time go by with the forgiving heart of the black man, you know what I'm saying, we overlook things. But nah, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish she would try to come at me again and do some shit. That motherfucking letter is definitely gonna get written. And you know what I'm saying? I should just write that shit anyway, because I wrote down the time and date of the incident. And you know what she fucked up one day? Because she was, I guess, helping somebody, assisting somebody on the computer one day. And he was like, oh, thank you for your help and everything. And da-da-da. He was like, yeah, what's your name, ma'am? And she's like, oh, my name is Miss blah, blah, blah. You know, I ain't going to, for the sake of right now, I ain't going to put her name on blast. But anyways, she fucked up when she said her name. Because I was like, oh, wow, thank you. Now I got your name too? Oh, yeah. I'm about to definitely write this letter, send that shit to each member, each trustee in the board of trustees. It's about what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 of them up on that, 8 of them up on that board. You know what I'm saying? And I'll write to each one of those board of trustees and the director of the library. So therefore, and make that letter sound so official and get her ass fired. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I ain't want to take it to that level. But that's how you exercise your administrative power when you wanna write a complaint about somebody at a some type of facility for, you know, acting out of their character, or, you know, doing something, you know, ultra virus, meaning acting outside of their legal authority. Then yeah, that's how you go about it. You know what I'm saying? You write the board of trustees and you write the director. You know what I'm saying, or the you know, head CEO or manager or whatever, whoever it is of the corporation or whatever that's violating your inalienable rights. So yeah, that's how you go about that. Masiah Shalom, the building, peace of the God. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how we going about that. That's how you bang on the system, so to speak. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how you bang on the system administratively, which I'm a fan of. That's why I be getting a lot of grief in my life too, and that's why it be hard for me, you know, to navigate in the system too, because they know my so-called name, and they know I be banging on these devils. But fuck it, it is what it is, man. Because yo, you just got to know they're gonna attack you anyway, and they're gonna attack you more in your ignorance, more so than in your intelligence, because when you're intelligent, then you can express yourself and at least defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? But if you're ignorant, then they're going to attack you, and you're not even going to know how to defend yourself or even speak up and show that you're intelligent anyway. Because at least some of the devils will respect you to a degree, and some of them will just know that, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, the God ain't nothing to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So they just won't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I mean? Like, you know, to a certain degree. You know, as they say, you know what I mean? No harm, no foul. You know, if I ain't bothering you, don't bother me. You know what I mean? And if you don't want me to take it to that level, which you know I can take it to, then just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? How the young kids say? Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, Leave me alone, you know what I'm saying? Just let me be. But even though I understand the science that, positive and negative attract, obviously say opposites attract, so to speak. So when you're doing good, just like the God was saying, when you spewing truth, you're gonna gain a hater. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no haters, then you ain't doing nothing right. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you're doing something right, you're gonna attract the haters. You know what I'm saying? The naysayers, the haters, the devils, they all gonna come. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How hard Jay like trying to say the devils, the papals, the labels, the haters, they label me. But they can relate to my story, my nigga. We came up from slavery. Shout out to all of my haters. They waited so patiently. You know what I mean? It's for all the black angels that pray for me. Yeah. So, that's how it be, man. Like, whenever you start to do something positive or something good, haters gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Haters gonna hate. And the lovers gonna love. You know what I'm saying? So, peace and love to all the lovers out there. And middle fingers up to all the haters out there. You know what I'm saying?
What's good, my boy? Ain't shit, working, getting this money, baby. At work, getting this money. I'm listening to you. It was hard to stay woke, though. It's hard to stay woke.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I hear you, man. I was moving around the clock. I gotta go.
Yeah, word is bond.
Yeah, word is bond. I'm just on the live dropping what I do.
I mean,
You already
appreciate
know.
that.
Appreciate your attention. Appreciate tuning in. Much love.
Word is bond, dog. Word. Just man's in the building. Peace. Yeah, man, appreciate the gods. Word, but it's how I be though, so like I say, but shout out to, like I say, all the people showing love though out there though, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And all the haters, man, just find something constructive to do with yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Word. Raynez Eric asked me, am I a Moorish American or a 5%er? Good question, God. My answer to that is I am a 5%, of course. Since I've been knowledge culture, which is 14, I've been raised with the knowledge itself. Peace of David Valentine in the building. You know what I'm saying? I've been taught, I've been sparked with the knowledge itself by my older physical, and from then, I just consistently started adding on, kept adding on. You know what I'm saying? And acquiring the knowledge itself. Going through my degrees and going through also different fields of study. So quite recently, for the past couple of years, I've been studying Moorish science. You know what I'm saying? I've been studying law. I've been adding on. So in my level of awareness and traveling through different schools of thought, you know what I'm saying? Like I was telling the sister the other day, we are adding on to what Marcus Garvey sparked, what Noble Drew Ali was doing, what Elijah Muhammad was doing, what the Father Allah was doing. So, I stand on the shoulders of all my forefathers, you know what I'm saying? We have many fathers, you know what I'm saying? Not just the Father Allah, you know what I'm saying? But we have many forefathers that have sparked different levels of consciousness in our people. And they've established different schools of thought. So yes, I am a learner of many schools of thought. You know what I mean? But of course, I'm always going to hold and pledge my allegiance to the nation of gods of earth. So Allah's 5% nation of gods of earth, of course. Now, to answer your question, am I a Moorish American? I would say by birthright and by descent, yes, we are all Moorish Americans, so to speak, or Americans of Moorish descent. If we understand the fact that we are native and we are indigenous to this land, and by specifically using the term Moor or Moorish, you will know that through history, you can look up in the Library of Congress what's called Resolution 75, House Resolution 75, and this resolution speaks about the family names such as Al, Day, Bey, El, and Ali. These are 5 family names of people of Moorish descent that are acknowledged, throughout history and by, the Library of Congress and by, the United States government and so forth, and by governments around the world, because there's a treaty of peace and friendship with Morocco and the United States. So therefore, that treaty has been in existence since 1836, or since 1776, and ratified in 1836. And this is one of the oldest standing treaties. To exist, between nations, between the United States and other nations. So being that we are here presently as so-called citizens of the United States, which we're not technically, but a lot of people choose to believe that they are. Hence we take on things like New York State identification cards, or whatever state you happen to be in. You go and you apply for that New York State or whatever state driver's license, and these are instruments that basically excheat our. Excuse me. And that was a good save. These are things that basically allow this so-called government to excheat our estate, which means to steal our birthright. Meaning we take on privileges instead of our unalienable rights. You know what I mean? So this is why I'm speaking. Coming out of the straw man status and declaring a nationality right now, being that the nation of Gaza Earth have not technically declared nationality for the record, then therefore I have not declared nationality through the nation of Gaza Earth, so Allah's 5% nation of Gaza Earth. But this is also why I've been building, and if you've been watching my videos, I've been building on information about nationality and showing and proving how we can declare nationality as Allah's 5% nation of Gaza Earth. And we can do the same as the Moors, the Mormons, the Jews, the so-called Israelites have done, and declare ourselves as our own nation state, declare ourselves as our own, and being an indigenous nation of people, you know what I mean, which we should have, I think we should have been done, you know what I mean? But resolution number 75, yeah, document 36067 for that information. That's on scribed.com, where you can find that information. And you can simply Google it as well. You know what I'm saying? You type in resolution 75, you'll find it. Resolution number 75. You know what I mean? Peace to the God, Ramal Allen, for that information. Peace, God. You know what I mean? And this is what the gods do, We share this information, we make knowledge born, we add on to show and prove, that we expand in the consciousness of the people, because this was our duty as righteous teachers, you know what I'm saying, to add on with this knowledge and share this information for the people, so that the so-called 85% who are maybe unaware of the knowledge of themselves, they can start to build and start to add on and become more aware of who they are, as a people. And like I say, that's a good question that Reynez Eric asks, are you a Moorish American or a 5%er? I guess you could say I am both of those, and not necessarily by attendance in any Moorish temple. Like, I'm not a temple Moor, so to speak. Like, I don't attend any temple of the, like, say for example, like the Moorish Science Temple of America or the Moorish Science Temple. I don't necessarily attend any of these temples, so to speak, but I am a studier of the information. I am a knower of the history. So therefore, I study the history, I study the science, and I study the law. You have Moorish history, you have Moorish science, and you have Moorish law. I study all three, and I practice to imply the knowledge that I gain in all areas of life. So I don't divide and conquer my people by saying, oh, I'm a 5%, oh, I'm a Moor, oh, I'm an Israelite, oh, I'm a this, I'm a that. You know what I'm saying? I don't deal with the division, isms and schisms. You know what I'm saying? I deal with more so of the unification. I'd rather unite with my brothers and sisters based upon our similarities, more so than divide from my brothers and sisters based upon our differences, because we have more similarities than we have differences. So, the ignorant are taught to look at the little difference and be like, oh no, we're different in that aspect, so let's magnify it. That's what they did with Willie Lynch. Peace to Myron Douglas in the building. That's what the whole Willie Lynch letter is about, and the whole Willie Lynch syndrome that we mentally suffer the psychosis of today, is that Willie Lynch taught the slave masters how to magnify the differences. You know what I'm saying? Magnify the differences. Oh, he's tall, this one's short. Oh, magnify that difference and separate them based upon that. Oh, this one is light, this one is dark. Magnify that difference and separate them based upon that. Yakub science as well. The angel baby and the holy baby. You know what I'm saying? Kill the black baby and tell the mother that the baby was an angel baby that was only taken to heaven, and one day when the mother dies, it would have secured her a home in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Her son would have secured her a home in heaven. But save all the brown babies and tell the mother that she was lucky, that her baby was a holy baby, that she should educate the baby, take good care of it, take good care of her baby, educate it, and one day it will grow to be a great man. So this is the same science that we took on during slavery as well, where the darker baby, the mother would take the breast milk and water down the breast milk for the darker baby, and they would thicken the breast milk for the lighter baby, as to make the lighter baby stronger and make the darker baby weaker. You know what I'm saying? Like as if they're trying to enrich the brown and or focus more and enrich the brown and trying to destroy the black. You know what I'm saying? So like this is what peace of Allah. I come in the divine name of true born. Peace to the God. Ramar Allen says American, a noun, a native of America, originally applied to the Aborigines or copper-colored races found here by Europeans, but applied to the descendants of Europeans born in America. Born in America. The name American must always exalt the pride of patriotism. And I guess that's a quote from Washington. Peace to Monisha Thompson in the building. Peace to James Coad in the building. Cod in the building. I appreciate y'all attendance. Thank you for that definition, God. That's a peace definition, and that's also going back to the old Oxford dictionaries, the unabridged dictionaries, where they give that proper definition, that real definition of American, which is a native. An Aboriginal means from or of the original, and or copper-colored races found here by Europeans, meaning they was already here before Europeans popped up and started pillaging the land. So you got to understand, and these are copper-colored people, not just the stereotype of the native person you see with the feathers, and they try to make these movies and depict them as being savages, going around fire and woo and acting all crazy and wild and getting drunk, drinking fire water as they called it, and all of that stuff. They try to stereotype these Aboriginal people. But these are original peoples, so-called black peoples as well. You know what I'm saying? As what we called Indians, but these were melanated people, what we would call black people. You know what I'm saying? But not knowing that. That's why you think our grandmothers always told us, boy, we got Indian in our family. Although they use the derogatory term Indian, that's really just a term referring to Aboriginal people, which is us. We are Aboriginal. We are the Olmecs. We are the Mayans. We are the Incas and all of that. We are the so-called Africans. We are the so-called Asians. We are the so-called Brazilians, so-called Guyanese, so-called Trinidad, so-called Jamaicans, so-called everybody, Haitians, everybody. We are all these original people, all melanated people all over the planet Earth. There's no, if we want to divide ourselves by nationality, or we can unite ourselves based upon ethnicities, which ties in with nationality. Although nationality could be referred to landmass, and you don't need necessarily a landmass to define a nationality. A group of people can be one people based upon one plane of thought, who are together as one plane of thought. So, you know what I'm saying, that's what also unifies all these nations, is their plane of thought, more so than their physical location or landmass that they come from and so forth. You know what I mean? Peace to Jerry King in the building. Peace to YZ Allah. Y zigzag zig Allah. Peace, God. Tagged in. So yeah, so you know, yeah, man. I don't. So like I say, as far as me being a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, no, I'm not a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America, started by Noble Ali in 1928, which is a political religious organization, also an unincorporated association. No, I'm not part of that particularly. But however, do I acknowledge the fact that we have been known as Moors and defined as Moors throughout history, and do I honor what my ancestors called themselves before I just freestyled and called myself what I want to call myself today in today's time? Yeah, I do honor what my ancestors called themselves. Yes, you know what I'm saying? As we all should. So, you know, if people want to get caught up in the ism schisms of, oh, he said he's a Moor, he said he's a Moorish American, he bear witness that he's of Moorish descent. Yeah, I bear witness to that. And just like the Moors all bear witness that we are all Asiatic. So we all bear witness that we Asiatic. We can't bear witness that we are Moabites, that we are ancient Kemites, that we are ancient, all the ites and tights in the biblical scriptures and all that we are all those ancient peoples. We're not going to bear witness to that. Whatever they want to call whoever, wherever, that's us. That's us. Even wherever, any type of origin that the Caucasian want to try to claim, that's us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. You know what I mean? Just know who you are, man. Stop getting caught up in the isms and the schisms and the, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. Because I ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said. So like I say, when the nation of God's earth, Allah's 5% nation of God's earth, come into the science of nationalizing ourselves, like officially for the record, and declaring ourselves as a nation to interface among other nations, guess what? I'm going to be right there signing up. Where I signed, where I put my autograph and my seal. Boom, right there. I'm going to be right there. So I've been putting out this information. God's earth, let's get it together. Let us nationalize so we can declare ourselves as a nation. And we ain't got to worry about, oh God, are you declaring nationality through the Moors so that you can change your status and do something different and help yourself and better yourself in life? Yeah. Because particularly at this moment in time, I cannot receive that service through the nation of God's earth. However, it is possible that we can create that same service for ourselves. So this is why I be putting out that information as well. So what we need to start doing is learning from our brothers instead of hating on our brothers. I think it's the fact of the matter is that a lot of brothers don't want to study law, but we want to walk around with state IDs in our pockets and be subject to the so-called law. Why do we want to still do that? We don't want to study law to learn how to maybe change the law or implement our input on the law, but we still be complaining how we subject to the law. Like even right now, how I'm venting about how the whack ass day I had in court and how they in there playing games and bullshitting around. But I'm not just complaining about it. I'm also educating myself so that I can learn how to find new strategies, because this is the art of war. In the art of war, you don't just keep doing things the same way. Sun Tzu said in the art of war that when you're weak, appear strong. When you're strong, appear weak. When you see the enemy coming, don't hide. You can sometimes charge on the enemy, or sometimes you might want to fall back and allow your enemy to come forward so you see his mode of attack, and then you counterattack. It's chess, not checkers, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's chess, not checkers. So we got to learn strategic, military strategies on how to go about things. You know what I'm saying? Not just chess, not just checkers. Checkers is like they make a move, you make a move. They make a move, you make a move. Nah, chess is like you got to start thinking moves ahead. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to think moves ahead and I'm also collaborating with I had my black queen. My black queen is presently captured by the white side of the chessboard right now, and not even captured. She's willingly playing herself, thinking she's gaining some kind of power on the wrong side of the chessboard. What kind of power does a black queen have on the white side of the chessboard? Tell me. Matter of fact, today is Knowledge God. Any queens out there that can answer this question for me, please come on and give me that knowledge. What power does a black queen have on the white side of the chessboard? So for any of y'all women running down here to these courts, lying on your kid's father, making up some lie just so you can try to gain custody of the kids and have power, it's so-called power, so-called control, just so you can raise them in your ignorance, because you don't want to bear witness to the intelligence of the father and what the father's input is on raising the children. You should be ashamed of yourself. And you need to really slap yourself in the face and turn the hell around and stop perpetuating the system. Because all you're doing is hurting the children in the long run. You're not hurting, yeah, she might think she's hurting me, which somewhat it is. Of course, any man would be missing his children. But in the long run, you're really hurting the children. You're not hurting me per se. You're the one that's really hurt because you're upset because, things may have not worked out the way that you wanted it to. Things ain't work out the way I wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad about that too. But am I going down to the courts pulling devilish lies and trying to manipulate the system and destroy a black family? No, I'm doing the very opposite. Learning this wicked ass system and trying to save my family. You understand? So, and this is what brings me into, I'm about to vent. I'm about to go on a vent because I done got heated right now. So, this is what brings us back to like the Black Power movement in the 60s and 70s and all of that, when black women was standing on sideline with a man. You know what I'm saying? Like we was fighting the system together. We wasn't falling victim to the system. We wasn't trading on each other, running to the other side thinking we gonna gain some kind of whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some one up on your life partner. And then where does that leave you in the end? Where does that leave the children in the end? You know what I'm saying? So immature people don't think of things like this. You know what I'm saying? So now the children have to suffer. You know what I mean? So and it also brings me back to how I'll be breaking down how there's a difference between peace to Ephraim Moreno in the building, Lauriston Cool Prestige in the Prestige Bruce in the building. Peace for y'all attendance. Appreciate y'all watching, tuning in. Damn, what was I about to say? Yeah, it goes to like Frances Cress Welsing said in her book The ISIS Paper, how there's an attack on the black family, there's an attack of white supremacy on the black family. It's not just blaming everything on the white supremacy either, because we have our own internal problems that we deal with too, but a lot of our problems stem from slavery. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our psychological, economic, social ills stem from slavery, and we are living in a post-traumatic slave syndrome era. So of course we are still affected in this day and time by the ills of what took place years ago, because there's been nothing done by the same government who's inflicted these ills to repair the situation. There's been no reparations, and guess what, y'all? Money is not our reparations. Money is not the reparations. I'm pretty sure y'all all seen the episode on Dave Chappelle where they was talking about how black people get reparations and how we basically took the money and spent it right back into the system. So money is not the answer. The root word of reparations, and you can look up HR 40, and I got that jewel from Brother Garfield. He had break that knowledge down on Black News 102, Starting at the TV. HR 40 is the and actually I got that jewel too from this template from this brother I was building with as well. But HR 40 is basically like a House resolution which is them like kind of apologizing, acknowledging and apologizing for slavery. And see, which they didn't want to do for a long time, because by them acknowledging slavery, it's like they have to do something about it now. You know, say being that they acknowledge that they actually did it, now they have to do something about it in reparation, because it's like they're admitting to the crimes against humanity. But I understand this too, y'all. You know, the whole 13th, 14th Amendment slave shit about how, you know, stating how we're 3/5 of a human being, which they label as basically beast. So they're saying that being that we're not 3/5, we're considered 3/5 of a human being, that means that we're not even completely human. So therefore, we can never try to sue for crimes against humanity, or bring them up on charges for crimes against humanity, because we're not even considered human. So, you know, being that we're not considered human, how could we sue for crimes against humanity? It's like we won't be able to do it, because they're not considering us humans. So due to that, we got to realize that you know, looking for reparations as far as money, that's not going to be the answer. And our reparations should actually come more so through excuse me, through us declaring our proper status and implementing things like the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, the Universal Declaration on the Rights of the Child, the Universal Declaration on Human Rights. And I just came across another document today, the American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. And then you also have the United States Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. You know, saying all these different declarations on the rights of indigenous people, which is basically, a lot of it is stating that basically indigenous people have the right to declare their own names and identify themselves how they want to identify themselves. They have the right to their own nationality. They have the right to inhabit the lands that their ancestors inhabited before European invasion, before European occupation of the lands. You understand what I'm saying? They have the rights to connect back to the lakes and rivers, hills and mountains, all the resources and wells and all of that they used before the Europeans started coming and occupying on the land. All of these things are endowed to the indigenous people, but we have to make the claim as indigenous people. And we're still saying that we're Negro, colored, black, African Americans, and all these social terminologies that have no political or national identity. Remember, like I said, then basically we're going to stay in a state of being what's called non-descendable as a people. You know what I'm saying? Look up Taj Tariq Bey. Taj Tariq Bey dropped a jewel about that, you know, about us being non-descendable as a people. And non-descendable basically means it's like we won't be able to claim that we descend from anywhere. So when I say, do I bear witness that we are Asiatics of Moorish descent? Yes, I bear witness, because that's bearing witness to a bloodline. That's bearing witness to a heredity. That's saying that you come from somewhere and you specifically can draw the line, the bloodline. You see what I'm saying? It's about what they call Saint-Jois, whatever the hell the term is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anybody who studied, y'all know. What is the term? But anyway, basically, it's a Latin term meaning like the right of the blood. You know, dealing with the blood right, basically. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need to also enforce is our blood right, our right through the blood. That's what declares us as also one of the main things that declares our fact of being indigenous is the blood. You know, our blood. Nobody can deny that our blood is original. Nobody can deny that our blood will match back to the haplog groups or the genetic markers of Aboriginal or original people. And all over the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? There's 4,400,000,000 original people all over the planet Earth. So we everywhere. Not just in America, not just South America, not just Central America, not just Africa, not just Asia, we everywhere. All on the planet Earth. Even the so-called Eskimos in Antarctica is darker than me. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't fall victim to that lie talking about, oh, you know, because they eat a lot of, there's a fish that they eat that has a high melanin content, and this is how they stay dark. Bullshit, man. If that was the case, white people would have that fish on their plate every goddamn night, and they'd be eating that shit trying to get black, you know, throughout the weeks, months, throughout the days, months, and years. So stop that. Stop that myth. Ain't no damn fish you gonna eat that's gonna turn you black. Ain't no fish in the world got that much damn melanin in it that's just gonna turn you black. Stop the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Them people is black because they black. God damn it. And it's black people, melanated people all over the planet Earth. And that just goes to show you that whole Ice Age theory, and that also debunks the Ice Age theory. Because if they're gonna say that, oh, you know, people were in Africa, and as they traveled further from the equator, they got lighter and lighter and lighter, and eventually they turned white. Fuck out of here. You got white people in so-called Europe where it's kind of cold. Antarctica is fucking freezing. And that's farthest from the equator as you can get. Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? It's the Arctic. Ain't no more colder and less sunlight you can get than that. See what I'm saying? And it's not that necessarily getting less sunlight, but the sunlight is not heating the land as much because they're not as close to the equator. So that whole Ice Age theory is BS, because if people were going to migrate, and even a migration of years and years and all of that, still it ain't going to cause that. Because like I say, if that's the case, then those Eskimos in Antarctica would be turning white. But they're not. And it ain't because of no damn fish. So let's still, and I'm pretty sure white people would have been did an experiment. They would have captured some Eskimos and said, nigga, you ain't going to eat that fish for a long ass time, and we're going to see if your ass turn white. So we could prove this so-called, this theory that we have. Pretty sure they would have did some scientific experiment on the Eskimos by now, like they experiment on everybody else. Tuskegee experiment, Agent Orange, you know, what else? Silent weapons for quiet wars, quiet weapons for silent wars, whatever the fuck. You know, Behold the Pale Horse, William Cooper, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, you know, shit like that. Shit like that, shit like that, shit like that. Peace to Sherrod, Guthrie Bay in the building. I got a lot of gods and Moors coming in the building. That's peace, God. So y'all see what I'm doing? I'm uniting. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing about unity, y'all. See what I'm saying? Peace to the gods, peace to the Moors. And peace to the Moors who are gods, and peace to the gods who are Moors. You know what I'm saying? Because what the fuck? A Moor is a melanated being. Don't we teach the black man is God? What the fuck is the difference, y'all? Come on, man. Do the knowledge. Black Moors. Black Moors. You know how we got this whole thing. Oh, Moors, we're not black. White, black means death. Okay, so doesn't Moor come from the term blackamoor? And isn't a blackamoor any dark-skinned person? So aren't we all dark-skinned people? So that means we're all blackamoors by definition. And since blackamoor is the root where Moor branches from, then we're all black Moors, blackamoors. Look up the word. And now we know black, the etymology of black means pale. So when we say the Asiatic black man, if we're using etymology, that's like saying the Asiatic pale man. So, you know, we could do semantics and wordplay and all of that and yada, 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 yada. But if we want the language to fit us to where it's more beneficial for us, then let us just stop with the wordplay and let us stop dividing each other and let us unite based upon our similarities instead of magnifying the differences and dividing and conquering ourselves. You know how we got that degree, the 8th degree, the build, destroy degree in the 1 to 14 where it says, why does the devil separate our people from their own social equality? Answer, because he doesn't want us to know how filthy he is in all his affairs. He is afraid that once we learn about him, we will run him from amongst us. Social means to advocate a group of men or society men for one common cause. And equality means to be equal in all things. So, you know, it says he doesn't want us to know how filthy he is in all his affairs. He is afraid that once we learn about him, we will run him from amongst us. So it's like, you know, we say that he separates us from our social equality, But reality is nowadays, if we refuse to unite with each other just because you say, oh, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a 5%, I'm a Moor, I'm a Israelite, I'm a Hebrew, I'm a this, I'm a that, instead of us realizing that historically all of us are all of the same lineage, we just calling ourselves different titles because we have different schools of thought and we've been taught different things. So, and everybody's going to stick to what they've been taught because they think they think it's the truth. Everybody feels that what they've been taught is the truth. So, you know, we got this division amongst us, you know. Now, I understand the science of keeping your teachings sacred, keeping your teachings pure and not mixing the teachings that someone say. So like I always say, I know how to rightly divide things. You don't see me necessarily mixing the teachings, but you will see me teaching on certain topics, and you will see me teaching on other topics. And then you will see me showing the similarities between the two, more so than the differences between the two. We can sit here and talk about how different we are all day. You can say, yo, this nigga got a big nose. Oh, he got skinny lips. Oh, she got high cheekbones. Oh, he got a long neck. Oh, look at her toes. I don't like her toes. Oh, man, look at her elbows. You know what I'm saying? That's like some bitch, excuse my language, but that's some shit that ignorant females do when they go into a club. Point out all the differences. And then they'll sit there and see, like, say they see a woman that got the same shoes on as them or the same dress on. They'll hate on that woman because they obviously had the same taste. Why don't y'all see it like that? Like, yo, we share something in common. If we both chose the same dress, then we must have the same kind of taste. That means that we're one in mind. We're similar. We're sisters. See the similarity, sister, instead of hating on your sister for having the same taste as you. You know what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying? We got to stop hating on each other and separating each other because of our differences, more so than unite based upon our similarities. I don't know in how many other ways I can say this. I'm giving so many different examples. It's just flowing. It's freestyling right now. But you know what I'm saying? Like, because the truth is going to flow from the spirit, man. As they say, you know, in truth and spirit. You know, like, yeah, man, and that's just real, man. So, like, you know, oh, you know what I hate so much, man? A man having something to say negatively or sarcastically about what another man is wearing. And then really, and the reality is that it's really coming out of hateration. Like, for example, oh, what you want to do? What you come from church today? Why you dressed like that? What you at court today? As if like I just can't be dressing like this on any day. Like you'll see me on a any given day dressing like whatever. And what does it matter what a person is wearing? Yo, if we gonna compliment a brother, yo, peace, brother, you looking sharp, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I see you shining, brother. Peace, God. You know what I'm saying? You want to give a brother a compliment, that's peace, and no homo. You could compliment another man. It ain't gonna be on some gay shit like, brother, you looking good. Like, fuck out of here, no. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing wrong with giving a brother a compliment. But instead of us complimenting each other, which what we really want to do because you admire your brother, you want to find a negative way to say it, like, yo, God, what's up with the shiny shoes on, man? What, you shined up your shoes today or something? Or, you know, you want to say some stupid comment, you know, like, oh, you know, like our most famous thing is, well, what you coming from court or church? As if like the only time you dress presentably is when you go into court or church. You know, and that just shows our ignorance because let's think about the two. When you go to church, most times you praising some white man who you think is God. So when you coming to church to be presentable, as they say, well, really they say they're supposed to say come as you are, right? But, you know, when you go before the Lord in the church, in the house of the Lord, you want to present yourself looking nice. You want to throw on your nice Easter Sunday suit on and all of that. You want to look, because, church is a fashion show as well. But I ain't going to front shit. I need to go up in the church looking all spiffy and maybe draw me up one of these sisters that have some kind of discipline. They may not be bearing witness to the true and living God quite yet because they haven't met the true and living God, but maybe I need to run up in these churches and grab up these sisters and teach them the truth, you know what I'm saying? Because, you do got some good-hearted sisters and some open-minded sisters that's in the church. They just been, taught, fed the wrong foods. You know what I'm saying? As we all been taught, 85% of us, 95% of us was brought up in with our parents believing in Christianity and eating pork. You know what I'm saying? So I was told recently that the father said a good woman is a woman who don't go to church and don't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? And I had to build on that too, you know what I'm saying? And, look at it from different ways too, because, they got certain reasons for people not, okay, now the pork part, yeah, that's self-explanatory, because even nowadays, a lot of people, if you ain't eating pork, it got to be for some type of level of consciousness, you know what I'm saying? Or if you might be religious, you might not eat it because of your religion or something. You know what I'm saying? Like Muslims, whatever, because of their religion, they're Jews or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But like, if you're conscious though, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as having knowledge of self, it because of the health reasons, you know what I'm saying? We don't deal with the swine. But as far as going to church though, Justice Sanu in the building, peace God. But as far as going to church, you got some people, women that just don't want to go to church because they're rebellious, or just because they're lazy, or because they just don't want to deal with the whole discipline structure or whatever kind of structure they may have within the church. You know what I'm saying? So that, and just the society, teaches you to just be so lazy and ignorant that, going to church every once in a while is good enough for Christians nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Going to Jumu'ah every once in a while is good enough for a Muslim nowadays, I guess. Well, no, now it's hateful because Muslims they be on their deed. Majority of Muslims, they be on their shit. They be on their 5 prayers a day or 3 prayers a day, whatever the case may be. So they be living it out more so than the so-called Christian because it requires you to. And in Christianity, you ain't required to really do much. You're required to just go to church. And really, the Bible says, in Acts, it says, study to show thine own self-approval unto God. But majority of Christians, they don't do that. They sit back and they just go to church on Sunday and they feel like, well, the preacher man did all the studying all week. He gonna come to church. He gonna give us a good word. But you're supposed to study to show thine own self-approval unto God. So that way, maybe if the preacher man is wrong, you've been reading the scripture too. So maybe you could point it out and be like, no, excuse me, Pastor. No, it actually says such and such. And really that means that blah, 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 because you also read the dictionary or the glossary in the back of the dictionary in the back of the Bible. So you're looking up the words and you know what they mean. You ain't just waiting on the preacher man to tell you everything all Sunday, which is you not really you. That's being a vicarious Christian. You being a Christian through somebody else, meaning they're studying and they're showing and proving to show how their likeness onto God or their self-approval onto God, and it means to be a Christian means to be Christ-like. So they're striving to be Christ-like and coming to give the people a word, whether it's not the right foods or not. A lot of preachers do have good intentions in their heart. They just may have the wrong teachings in the mind. You know what I'm saying? So they've been fed mentally the wrong foods, but they still have a good heart. So they do want to, they do have good intentions for the people. But like I say, they just been taught the wrong thing. So I don't down every preacher out there that's preaching, Christianity, because like I say, a lot of them do have good intentions, and a lot of them some of them do good things in the church. So, shout out to those positive preachers out there that may not be having the right knowledge, but they have good hearts, and they're utilizing the resources of the church to do good for the people. You know what I'm saying? So peace, peace to that, to those people out there doing that. To the positive 10%, as I say. You know what I'm saying? To the positive 10%, because we got to understand that, even Elijah Muhammad, I don't want to call him a 10%er, so to speak, but I would say kind of like he had to do some positive 10% actions as far as teaching certain things in a religious form to bring it about to the people and to get resources to the people. He had to do some things under the banner of religion. You know what I'm saying? But he did it with good intention to bring about good things for the people. Look at how much the Nation of Islam has built. You know what I'm saying? So we can't never take that away. Look at the prison reform programs and things of that. How many brothers they got off of drugs and off of white Jesus and white crack and things of that, white sugar and things of that nature, and got brothers eating better and cleaning up their habits and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, peace to the Nation of Islam for all the great works they've done, and the black community for that. We can never say anything about that. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to take this time to show acknowledgement for that, and shout out to the Hebrew Israelites, even though they may not have all the proper knowledge, but at least they bringing our people into a level of consciousness of acknowledging Jesus as a black man and knowing that they are the ancient people of that Bible speaks about, you know what I'm saying, and knowing that, you know what I'm saying, that we are the original Israelites or Hebrews or whatever case you want to call it, you know. So I do bear witness to that, you know, good positive aspect of that, you know what I'm saying. So like I say, man, I rather magnify the similarities than magnify the differences. And I'd rather point out the good as a reward of justice more so than bang on our brothers. And I bang sometimes too, you know, I ain't gonna front, you know, I bang on certain things too, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, man, we ain't never gonna unite if we just keep banging on each other and banging on each other, man. We ain't never gonna unite. So like Malcolm said, put all your religious persuasions to the side. Put all your this and that, I'm a Buddhist, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Jew, I'm a this and yada, 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 and realize that we are this. But now, acknowledge this. If he said, if you take these 5 fingers and I slap you, you might feel a sting, a slight sting. But I take these 5 fingers and I ball them together and I strike a blow, man, that blow is going to be mighty, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be way mightier than that slap, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, to paraphrase, you know, his quote, you know, so, and that's us as a people. Right now, we like this. And we trying to pimp slap the white man. We need to go like this and knock his ass the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck we need to do. You know what I'm saying? So how we gonna knock the motherfucking enemy out if we like this? We trying to slap him. We trying to, stop that, motherfucker. We slapping him right now. That's what we do. We pimp slapping the white man. We pimp slapping the devil. Man, we need to come like this, ball our fists together, and be like, motherfucker, knock that motherfucker the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? That's what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? We need to man up and knock the motherfucking devil out. You know what I'm saying? Stop pimp slapping this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as we pimp slapping him, he gonna keep acting like a hoe. And we gonna feel sorry for the hoe because the black man has a heart. We gonna feel sorry for pimp slapping his ass. When we knock his ass the fuck out, we just gonna be like, hey, he got knocked the fuck out. We just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But you know what I'm saying? So as far as our lessons say, come together and take the devil off our planet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's time for me to start traveling, man, and you know, taking it in for the night, man. So I'm gonna say peace to y'all. You know, got a little travel I'm about to take. Peace to the gods, peace to the earth, peace to all the positive people in the universe, peace to all the people that tuned in today, peace to all the people that dropped comments, peace to Ramar Allen, peace to Raynez Elk, peace to everybody in the building. If I didn't mention your name, don't mean that you wasn't in the building. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I say, y'all, everybody that's watching, everybody that's tuning in, you know, so y'all can come back later and tune back in. You know, scroll down my page and watch some of my other videos, you know what I'm saying, if y'all interested in the knowledge, you know, because I drop jewels on different topics, you know what I'm saying. Every day I try to have a different oh, you know what? I said couple weeks ago I was going to start teaching from in the public. I'm living in the private and breaking down the sciences of public and private and going into that science. In fact, because also, you know, I'm going more so into that science in my life as well right now. So, you know, stay tuned, and I'm going to keep y'all in tune with, you know, my growth and development, you know, as y'all grow with me, you know what I'm saying? And on that note, I'm going to say peace. I love y'all. Black power. More power. More power to the original people. You know, yeah, man. You know, peace to the Hebrews, peace to the Muslims, peace to everybody on the planet Earth, all the original melanated people, regardless of your religious persuasion, regardless of your, you know, ethnicity, regardless of your nationality. Man, if you melanated and you positive and you righteous, you my brother and you my sister, man. You know what I'm saying? And on that level, man, on that note, I'm going to say peace.